it's Zena, Warthog Princess. This video was requested by, or suggested by, Persianhoku. Thank you for the note, I appreciate it. This one will be a best of, or most of, 2019. It's sort of a year in review, if you will. It is very hard for me, by the way, to pick my favorites of things because I like so many different things for so many different reasons, but I've narrowed it down to about 5 in each category. So we'll look at the most purchased item, the most used items, the favorite patterns, the favorite new styles or materials, and then the collaborations. We'll talk about those at the end. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Right off the bat, the most purchased item I would have to say for me, if I was to say any one thing, would be footwear. Second from that would be Moonlight Garden. I went totally crazy on that pattern and I got a lot of it. But footwear, specifically flip-flops. There was a big flip-flop sale at the beginning of the summer and I now have 10 pairs of flip-flops. Mind you, I live in Arizona, so it's pretty much year-round flip-flop weather, and I have a pool in the backyard, and I like to go cruising. So they will get plenty of use. They will all get worn in turn or in mix, but anyway. So I got 10 pairs of those, 1 pair of Crocs, and 3 pairs of the, I forget what they're called. I'll probably think of it later, but the slip-in shoes, which you'll see. So I didn't bring out all the flip-flops, just a sample pair that I have not worn. So these would be the Moonlight Garden or Firefly Garden. Really pretty tropical pattern. And I love my blues and teals. So that is that one. And then the other pair I brought out just for different look. These were the new style ones. These really only came out in 2 patterns, I think it was. This was Fireworks Paisley. They're just plain blue. And they are softer on top. I really do like these, but they didn't fit quite the same. So there was some issues. There is a video on that. I will put the link down below if you want to go back and look at that review on those. Then the other type of shoes, I got 3 pairs. One is like a bold goldenrod color, and then I've got the pineapples. Very comfortable, no break-in required, super easy. I don't think they'd be great in a rainstorm, but they're great for easy casual living. Yeah, Kelly likes them. She's sniffing the heck out of them. Okay, and then the other pair, and I haven't worn this one yet, but they're sort of a tan canvas with embroidered flower on it. Very tropical. Kind of cool. Okay. Then the Crocs. So I got 1 pair. If you're not familiar, they did a collaboration with Crocs and Vera. I just like the simple sliders or whatever you call these. Totally doesn't matter, but when I grew up, these were flip-flops. And what I showed before, those are thongs. So I know thongs are also underwear and other things, but that was a thong and this was a flip-flop. Now it's all one big confused pile of mess, but there you go. So I think they call these sliders in the Crocs world. And these are size 11. I normally wear size 10, but when these came out, and there were several different styles and patterns available, but they went fast. And then they reintroduced them and they went fast again. So my size disappeared, lickety split. So turns out size 11 in these, 1 size up, was the perfect size. So I am actually happy with that little accident that I ended up with a better size. So these are kind of cool. They have this faux quilting looking. This is actually still that hard plastic. And then on the sides, they have this little button right there and right there. One side has VB for Vera Bradley, and the other side says Crocs. So nifty little tie in there, left and right foot. There you go. Okay, so that's the most purchased item was footwear. All right, next, the most used items, and I'm looking at some notes because I didn't want to get everything all too jumbled. One of the most used items was lanyards and zip IDs. Mostly the zip ID specifically, but I mean, I use these for 2 months straight every single day on the cruise, and I took like 6 of them with me, so I changed them up. This one is Arizona, obviously. I have this one out because I'm going to the game tomorrow, and they don't allow bags and whatnot. So I'll just take this, and I'll have everything I need. Good to go. There's nothing in it right now. I haven't used it yet. But zip ID and lanyard, they're great for everyday use, a small grab-and-go wallet or a wallet in a smaller purse like the mini hipster or something like that. It also fits in the cell phone crossbody. They're just a great multi-purpose item. Some people use them as a medic alert thing with all their data in it, bag tag, whatever. Anyway, you get the idea. So that is one of my most used items for the year. The other most used items I would say are small and or medium cosmetics. Because if you've watched any of my What's in My Bag videos, every single one of them has one of those type bags in it. So I brought out a few different ones to show and share. First we'll look at the small, or and they call it mini. This is not the Travel Takes mini dome cosmetic, just a regular mini cosmetic. And this is iconic style, so it has the front and the back. It is plastic lined. It's nice. This one is Moonlight Garden, which you'll see again, because it's one of my favorite patterns. Okay, and then this is an outlet version, and I could not figure out, honestly. I wanted to say it was a medium, but I honestly think it is I don't know if they have a small on the outlet side, so I guess it is a medium. But one thing I like about them is they have that loop on the end of the outlet version. Trade-off is they're not plastic lined, so depending on what you're using it for, it doesn't matter, but it obviously can in certain instances. So that's the small, if you will. And then medium, I brought out 3 different mediums. So I have an older retail side. This is Art Poppies. It is plastic lined and patterned on the inside, but there's no exterior pocket. It's just straightforward. Excuse me. But there you go. It has a nice zip around, all that. And then about the same size, you have the iconic style, which came later, and it has that same, as you saw in the mini, that front pocket, and then the inside is plasticized as well, just the same. This is Fireworks Paisley, and then the inside is the stars, red, white, and blue. All right. By the way, if you didn't know, the Art Poppies was the breast cancer pattern a couple years ago, so there you go. And then this one is also a medium cosmetic, and is the exact same name as its. So these are both medium cosmetics. I actually got this in this as well. So this is Moonlight Garden again, and this one is different. I almost kind of got it by accident because they set aside the other one, but this is the one I wanted. But it's plastic covered. It's not plastic coated. Does that make sense? Like if I was to say plastic coated, it's attached to the fabric, but look, you can see it's a separate layer. So it's like a medium-sized cotton bag with a whole another plastic on top. Hope that makes sense. And then inside is just like the other ones, the same thing. It's a plastic coating on top of, you see that? The fabric. So interesting difference here, sort of waterproof inside and out, which I think is cool. I don't think it's submersible kind of waterproof, but you wouldn't need it to be anyways. It just gives you an added layer of protection, and very, very wipeable. So hopefully it's durable. I haven't used it yet, but it's a great medium size bag. So that's it for the cosmetics, just a spectrum of options that I have used over the course of the year. The next most used item is Tec Cases. And sometimes I use the large and sometimes I use the smaller one, which is just basically retail or outlet, if you will. And retail hasn't had them for a long while, actually. Both of these ones are cotton. They do have them also in Lighten Up, only in the large size. Inside is quilted nylon with one big slip on one side and just the diagonal zip around. All of them have removable lanyards on them as well, but same on both sides. You can see that. So this pattern is Mimosa Medallion, and this one is Camo Cat. So outlet and retail. All right, next most used item, and this is the last most used item, is not this one necessarily, but this style, which is the AllinOne Crossbody Wristlet. I used these really as a wallet, which is kind of, if you don't want to carry a whole bag, you just take this, grab and go, and you can put your phone right here in the front pocket. All right, that's the crossbody. But see, I have my big phone, 6S Plus, and it fits in here. Okay, this one's a little stiff because I haven't used it, but it does actually fit pretty easily and nicely in there. Okay, apparently they're really stiff when they're new. It's been a while. I have not used this one at all, so it explains why it's so stiff, but it does fit in there. And in all of my other ones, it's actually a nice, easy fit, so I'll work on that with this one. Meanwhile, though, that's how I store them. I put the crossbody strap inside. Okay, so just an all-in-one crossbody wristlet. Yeah. So that concludes the most bought and most used. The next category is my favorite patterns. What I kind of did was I just went through and I picked my favorite patterns. It turns out I have 3 from the summer release, and then 1 from spring, 1 from fall, and 1 from winter. Sorry, I misspoke. 2 from the summer, 1 from spring, 1 from fall, and 1 from winter. So pretty good spread across the course of the year. So well done, Vera, in spreading out my preferences for me. That also spreads out the finances, which is a good thing. Okay, but the first is Moonlight Garden. And I would say Moonlight and Firefly Garden because to me they're paired and matched. These I think I liked so much because my first love was Midnight Blues, which is a very similar pattern, which is also the inspiration for this pattern, which explains a lot of the coordination of them. On here, yeah, that's just a whimsical luggage tag on there, but I think it's a nice little thing. And then the Sling Backpack in a Moonlight Garden. There you go. I love the Moonlight Garden. That's why it's one of my most purchased, number 2. Okay, the next one I really, really loved is Fireworks Paisley. If you know me at all, red, white, and blue, anytime, all the time, always a great thing. That was the first time I'd seen Vera come out with a holiday themed thing, and then they've kind of been continuing on with that trend a little bit. With Spooky Cats on Halloween, it wasn't a wide release, but it was a prize item, and we've been talking with them about that, and now you see the Valentine's Day stuff coming out. So I think the trend will continue, but I really did love the Fireworks Paisley. It's just a beautiful red, white, and blue. It's tasteful, it's not over the top, and it's got the beautiful red, white, and blue stars inside. So I've got a lot of stuff in Fireworks Paisley. One thing I really liked about that too, they came out with a pattern in placemats and napkins. So you could use that year-round as a patriotic setting at your table, inside or outside. I like that. Okay, next pattern. Okay, those 2 were from the summer. This was from the spring, and it's Petite Garden. So it's great. And I'm not even a pinky person. I know I always say that when I talk about this pattern, but I really, really like the colors of it because it's not just pink. It's got the teals. It's got other stuff in it. And I don't even like snails, but these little snails are super cute. They're all throughout the pattern. Like there's one right there. There's another one there, another one there. But it's just a nice floral pattern. It's not in your face. The pattern, you don't get a bad placement with this because it fits in large and small items just the same. It's great. This is the first pattern that I have bought every single item in the pattern. Now I say that, but there is one item I did not buy. I did buy a counter, but I didn't get the student agenda. So save for that piece, I bought the entire set in Petite Garden. I liked it that much. Also, it was a smaller collection. It is part of VBU, so that is a little bit different collection as well. And the next one is Garden Dream. Garden Dream was a Midtown and also Performance Twill, so it came out in, depending on which item you ordered, it was either quilted or not quilted, which I think there is a distinction between the 2. But this is the Commuter Backpack in Garden Dream. We'll talk more about the backpack itself, but there's the pattern look for you. I think it's nice because it's colorful yet subtle. I mean, you have the blues on the black and nice pretty flowers, but it's nice spacing, nice balance. Again, you can't get a bad pattern placement with this one, I think. There you go. Okay. And last but not least, okay, so Garden Dream was in the fall, and then for the winter, I picked Foxwood. Because I love those cute little foxes. I mean, look at that little guy. He's just adorable. I do like the other critters also, and we'll talk more about this item in a moment. But, so, that's the favorite patterns for 2019. Next category is styles and materials. Okay, first item, and this is in no particular order, there's some items that I really liked. And this is twofer. I like the Performance Twill, and I like the Commuter Backpack a lot. I say that even though I haven't actually used this backpack yet. And this is the only one I have in the Commuter Backpack. It is brand new. But I really, really like it. I think it's well balanced and proportioned, and it's durable and comfortable, and lots of great organization, and it's secure, you know, all those zippers, everything closed in. So I really, really like this backpack a lot. And I'm a backpack girl if you've seen anything so far, and more to come on that too. A lot. Okay, but here you go. I'm not going to go all the way deep into it, but you have the zipper pockets here, here, here. The sides are both zipper. One side, it's this side, also has a slip behind the zipper as well. And then on the back, it's got the padding. It's got a nice wide trolley sleeve. Really easy to get on and off of the luggage handle. And there you go. Also a real nice carrying handle with a leather wrap on it. It's great. And it's Performance Twill, so it's water repellent. It's totally wipeable, very durable. So that is Performance Twill and Commuter Backpack 2-in-1. Also, it's actually a 3-for because these metal zippers, I like them. They're very sleek looking. I think they're really sharp. They are smooth and reliable. And they're not those awful ugly ones. So I'm happy to see those finally go away and seeing these replace them on most items nowadays. So yay, Vera. So that's a 3-for actually. Performance Twill, Garden Dream, Commuter Backpack, and zippers. 3-for-1. And then the next item, we'll put this over here, is the Sling Backpack. I now have several of them. This was the first one that I bought, actually. But the Sling Backpacks, these are great. They're good. They're available in cotton, Performance Twill, and Lighten Up. And they're also now available in the Reactivate, which is the new formulation, kind of like Lighten Up, but made from recycled materials, plastic bottles specifically. And it's water repellent instead of just water resistant. So that's a huge bonus. I don't have any of that yet. But I do have Lighten Up and Performance Twill. Anyway. The Sling Backpack. I just bought another one today, so yay. Very popular item, by the way, so if you like them, don't sit on them too long. All right, and the last one is the new pet bed and pet blanket. Pet blanket is the one I just had. It's a blanket in a bag. It is the Foxwood. It's the same fleece as regular throw blankets. Very nice. It is a drawstring with a little doofer on it. And so you open it up and it's a blanket inside. Same, like I said, it's regular throw. It's just smaller, basically. It's just a smaller one. I'm not gonna pull it out because blanket's a blanket, but I bought 2 of these. I have 2 dogs, I bought 2 bags. I did not buy them for the dogs. Shh, don't tell them. They're playing. I actually bought them because it's a perfect size. Like, use it in the car when you're driving. Not when you're driving, but like your passengers, if they're cold in the back or whatever. Got a blanket. It's just a great size to kind of keep in the car. Great travel blanket because even if you put it on the floor in the airplane or something, it's not touching the blanket, so it's protected a little bit. I wouldn't still put it on the floor, but I'm just saying. And it also conveniently can act as a travel pillow as well. There is a fleece travel blanket. I just think this is another option for different preferences. And I honestly think this would be my preference. But anyway. Okay, so there's that, and the bed. Now, you can put this for your cats or dogs or whatever pets you have. I got the biggest one they had, and I got just one of them because I have pet beds all over the house. I didn't need more. And it's still in plastic because obviously I haven't used it yet, and that's okay. It will stay in plastic until I use it. But it's super soft. The only downside is it's a light color up here. That's okay though, because if I do decide to use the pet blanket, it fits perfectly over all of that. So as I do with all of my other pet beds, put the blanket on top, then you can wash the blanket a lot and keep the bed pretty clean, at least for longer. Because this bed, like some of my other ones, you can't just take the cover off and wash it. So it's spot wash only really, unless you have a giant washer. And anyway, so there you go. So that covers all of my most purchased, most used, most favorite patterns, and favorite new styles and materials. And the last item is collaboration. And I'm just going to look at these notes right here because there were 10 new collaborations this year. Vera was very active in broadening their, I guess, exposure as well as items to share and to sell. There is an 11th item, which is Harry Potter, which did not come out yet. It will be released later this year, but it was announced last year, so I kind of put it on that list. But anyway, I don't have that because it doesn't exist yet. But one of the items, and this is in no particular order, but fall of 19, there was Pura Vida. So they bought stock in the bracelet company, and I don't have any of the bracelets, but a lot of those little stringy bracelets, and there was a backpack, which I did get, And I apologize, I meant to pull that out, but it's the tropical looking one. It's a light teal color with the flowers. Sorry, I owe you that. I can put a link to it below if I can find one. We'll see about that. The other ones, Crocs, summer of 19, you just saw those. Disney, now I wrote that on there because it's not new for Vera to collaborate with Disney. They've been doing that for quite some time. There was a gap for a while, but they're back on track with new patterns periodically. The thing that's new about that, you used to never be able to get it except for one place, and that was Disney Springs at the Vera store. You could, of course, get it from eBay or somewhere else aftermarket with jacked up prices, which I think is just wrong, but whatever. But now you can get it online through Disney directly, and they're actually selling them at a discount. So it used to be always no sales, no discounts, no coupons. Guess what? Now you can get it online anytime from anywhere, and it actually goes on sale. In fact, I think some is perhaps still on sale right now. Not the current pattern, but the previous. Anyway, take a look. That's a new awesome tidbit. Military collaboration. I actually bought today an Air Force blanket from the Base Exchange. I'll put a link to that video down below or on the side somewhere here, but I will put that out there for you if you're interested. Right now, I've only seen Army and Air Force. I assume Navy is either available and I just don't know it yet, or it is coming, because why wouldn't they do all the services? And Marine Corps, I don't know, but it's coming. And it's mini concerto pattern, so it's like the solid color with those little Celtic knot looking things. And Hobbie, winter of 19. I don't have that, but it's a nice backpack and very trendy. I guess that show's very popular now. Sword and Plough did a backpack and a cosmetic. That was also fall of 19. Starbucks in the spring of 19, but that was only available in like Asia and Australia. And it was like mugs and coffee mugs, you know, drinking vessels. And I think they had a clipboard folio or some other couple other little items, but it wasn't available here. And it's unfortunate because it's a great pattern. Kelly, come here. She's licking my elbows. That's what she does when she wants up. Hi, superstar. Don't look at my face. Anyway, so it wasn't available, and that sucks because it's a great pattern and great products. It's stuff I would have bought. Oh well, missed out, I guess. Then also Venus, and I do have that. And they came out with razors. So this is the disposable version. I don't know if you can see that very well. I actually like the disposable version better than the reusable one, because the reusable one was like pink, and then it had just a little Vera pattern like on the tip. I was like, for the one that you're gonna keep the handle, you think that it would be more patterned like this one. Whatever. I bought some disposable ones. They're just regular Venus razors. They were the same price. There wasn't any jack up or markup, but they were only available at Target. But they are still available. So check a Target near you if you're interested. You can still get them. And then the replacements, obviously this one doesn't need a replacement, but you can use the heads of the replaceable ones on other Venus razors. You don't have to have the Vera handle just for that. Okay, so Venus, New Hope Girls in the spring of 19. That was the Dominican Republic collaboration. Again, I don't have that, but it was lovely, and it went super fast. All of these are limited edition things, so they have to get quick on them. They did a special thing as a platinum sponsor in winter of 19 for QuiltCon, and that was actually a purple-based quilted variety. I liked it a lot, but that's not really my style of pattern look, but I think they were great, and I know they went super fast. Everybody was just ecstatic to see them. So you have that, and that's it. So 10 new collaborations with one more to come. I got 5 out of the 10 in person, so actually I feel like I contributed pretty well to the collaborative market, but whatever. I also gave a lot of other ideas for more collaborations. We'll see if any of them come true. If you have any other ideas, put them in the comments below, and I will, next time I talk to whomever, pass it on up. Or you can call anytime yourself. If you want to know more about any of these collaborations, just go to the Vera Bradley website and scroll down to the bottom of the main page and click on collaborations. It'll go through all the ones we just talked about. Okay, so that's it for this one. Hopefully that wasn't too much or too crazy, and sorry I forgot a couple items to show you, the blanket and the backpack. But I'll try and put a link in there if I can to show you. So, all right, take care. Bye for now.